Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a movie review for the most recent released DC direct-to-video animated movie. This one is called Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. Alright, so finally got to check this one out. I've been waiting for it for a little while. This will contain spoilers if you guys haven't seen Justice League: Throne of Atlantis yet. So wanted to do a review because I've reviewed pretty much every single one of these DC direct-to-video type releases. You know, love the Justice League cartoon animated series, love Batman the animated series, and all the other stuff DC has come out with. I'm really glad they're still doing these. Really want to see them still do Blackest Night. I think that's one of the best DC crossover events, and I think it would just translate really well to a DC, direct-to-video. So that said, we had most recently, it was Justice League War, which is connected to this one. This is like a continuation of it. With New 52, these are based on the comic book run. I believe it was started by Jim Lee, and then it continued with Ivan Reis. They're both two of the best artists in comics right now, or Jim Lee pretty much one of the best ever, basically. So with this one, Justice League War, if you guys saw my review for that, you know I liked it, but it was like action all the way through. There was hardly any story, and I just felt like it was pretty lackluster compared to what I thought it was going to be. To be honest, the Justice League finale for the cartoon series was probably better than War, at least in my opinion. The art style is pretty cool. It doesn't match Jim Lee's art style perfectly. It's not as detailed. It's more kind of anime general, where you don't have as many lines. You have colors, but you have a lot of kind of straight cells and kind of that anime feel, where it kind of simplifies the animation, which is cool. We got to see it in War 2, same in this one. It looks good for the most part. But for this one, I didn't enjoy all that much either, to tell you the truth. Similarly with Justice League War, this one, I just thought it was okay. You know, basically it's an Aquaman driven type of story, and I do like Aquaman. I do like Ocean Master, who's his brother Orm, or half-brother, so to speak. And basically what happens is we get to see Aquaman become, the king of Atlantis become Aquaman in the story, with Orm being the villain. You have Black Manta mixed in there. Then you've got the whole Justice League in there to help out Aquaman in this kind of Atlantis invasion, where they attack the surface dwellers, so to speak. So us, people. So yeah, that's the general storyline. It wasn't too heavy. It wasn't too complicated. It was pretty straightforward. What you're kind of used to, a decent action type of story. But by today's standards, I mean, I've seen so many of them. I've read so many of them. It just seemed kind of bland, to tell you the truth. There wasn't much substance there. Not as much as I was used to if comparing it to something like Flashpoint, where you had, Flashpoint was amazing. By the way, if you haven't seen this and you haven't seen Flashpoint, go watch Flashpoint first, because DC animated direct-to-video Flashpoint, I felt like was really incredible. This one was it was just okay. I guess the budget for this one was $3.5 million, which is a lot when you consider that it's animated. And Marvel has actually stopped doing these altogether. I don't know if they felt like it wasn't worthwhile and they'd rather focus on the their cinematic universe, live action. They do have the Avengers cartoon, but they did a couple of like Hulk versus, which was like this type of style. And they haven't really done any since, which is like a direct release. So that said, all in all, I mean, it was good. It wasn't fantastic. I'm going to give it, I guess, a 7 out of 10 as a good rating, average being 6.5, so it's a little bit above average. It was written originally by Jeff Johns, who's one of the best writers in comics. He's written some amazing stuff. I was talking about Blackest Night earlier, in Flashpoint. He's written some really great stuff. This one is just okay for me. It's just you go in, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get kind of a simplistic, fun Justice League type story, focused on Aquaman, focused on Atlantis. So if you like Aquaman, you'll really like it. But otherwise, I'd say not an absolute must-watch, and you can skip it if you don't really like Aquaman, if you don't really like Justice League. That said, I'm kind of excited to see some more of these. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep reviewing the DC Direct. Honestly, I don't know how long they're going to go on for if they cost that much money to make. I don't know how many people actually buy them, so, and how profitable they are for them to continue to do. I'm not sure what's lined up next for the next one. I'll have to look into that, so I can't really give my thoughts on that. But, yeah, this release, it wasn't a disappointment, I wouldn't say, but it was just like War was a little bland for me from some of the previous ones. Like Crisis on Two Earths and Flashpoint and Batman Dark Knight Returns and some of the and the Red Hood, some of the different ones they've done under the Red Hood, they've just been so amazing that it makes this one and War kind of seem like whatever. So it was just okay. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If you got a chance to check it out, let me know what you think about these DC direct-to-video releases. How much longer you think they're going to continue doing these? I hope they go straight on through, but I hope they pick some more of the more iconic, crossover events. Maybe try to do an Infinite Crisis or something. I don't know how well that would translate to a video because there's so many different comic books involved in some of those events. But I would like to see when they do these. I'd like to see them pick some of the the best stories DC has to offer in its comic history, and I really don't feel like this one is one of those. It's kind of basic to me, although maybe Jim Lee's artwork and Ivan Reis's artwork makes it seem a lot better than when we see it in this. It's like, it's not that good because the art isn't that, it doesn't have all those details, all those lines, all that crispness that we get when we read the books. So 7 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you guys think. If you'd like this quick little review, please thumb it up below. If you want to support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. So for this video, guys, see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev, saying peace.